Hello, hello everyone. Can you all hear me and see me okay? Hello, how is everybody doing? How is everyone feeling? So, we are here today on the live. Thank you so much to all of you joining us here over on the live. Hello, it's so nice. It's so nice to see you all. Thank you so much, Midnight Blue and M Sig. You're so cute. So, so sweet. Hello, Yang. Hello, Javi. Michael. Guys, this is so lovely. So today we're talking about cognitive empathy. This is what we are going to kind of look at and unpack over on this live tonight. So I am here in the UK, a very windy UK. I wouldn't say cold, but very windy and grey UK. Oh, Midnight Blue, I'm glad that you're here too. It's so lovely to see so many of the regulars here and also the new faces. So it's so nice. Yes, where are you all from? Malika's from Denmark. It's so lovely that you are here, from all over the world. Tahmina says, Q for you, my job and my special son with him. He already made me prisoner. I can't escape. Can you tell me how I can still stay till I be on my feet again and ignore him and be safe and harmless? Bless you, Tahmina. Right. Basically, my dear, you need to put boundaries in place. You have to remove yourself emotionally, because the more that you listen to this person, the more that it affects you, it's just going to be really, really difficult and hard for you to be able to escape. Really, this is all about detachment. So I hope that helps, Tahmina. Bless you. You will move forward from this and you will be safe. Hello, Bonnie. John, Javi. Oh, Laurie, hello. How are you? Yes, it's been a while, but we're glad to see you here. We got Hertfordshire in the house. Have we got London? Yes, Zoe, we got London in the house. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay, we got Portsmouth, Tennessee. Oh my goodness. Well, we know Oxford, bless you. Of course, Oxford. Hello, my dear. We're not going to miss you out. We're not going to miss you out. Hartlepool. Oh, bless you. Warwickshire. Yes, Boston. And of course, yes, and Boston. So nice. So we've got a lot of you from all around the world. All around the world. How are you guys doing? So I do want to put a mention out here. So as we can see, we have got all of the technical difficulties have been erased. And the only reason for that is because we've got to say a big thank you to Yang, because he has helped me out sort all of this out. Do you know what? I actually just got him to do everything, because obviously I don't know. So today I did it. Javi from France didn't want to miss that out, but just wanted to say a big thank you to you, Yang, because honestly, we wouldn't be having this live. So big clap and hearts to you. Wisconsin, Boston. This is so wonderful. So yeah, so we're literally, everyone's here from around the world. Yes. Yes, Yang, you legend. Yes, it was 3 hours of video chatting. You waiting for your next video, who can't escape, what to do. No worries, Tahmina. I will do a video all about this. Yes, the Yang, the legend. Honestly, I had no idea what I was doing. So thank you so much. And hopefully there's not going to be any more technical difficulties. We've got Norfolk. So my friends, cognitive empathy, where there's, something, it wasn't a term that I actually kind of knew about or had listened to or kind of had even kind of understood. What is cognitive empathy? Okay, there's many various levels to this, because what happens is it's not just the cognitive part of it. There's so many other bits to it. It's all about the empathy part that comes with it. And there's many different levels. There's different types of empathy. Hello, Steen. Hello, Eric. And Kevin's with the mind games. Oh no. So with empathy, all right, my friends, we all know what empathy means. This is about being able to put yourself in someone else's shoes and be able to understand how someone else is feeling and what's going on for them. What this is about is literally being able to understand how somebody else is feeling. But when somebody pretends, now this isn't something that we would ever thought would happen to us. Do you know what? I didn't even think something like this even existed. You know, someone pretending to feel. You either feel or you don't, right? So cognitive empathy is a little bit different. This is more about manipulation, how someone is able to manipulate you, how someone pretends to feel a certain way. Now, to me, that is one of the most concerning things about all of this. I don't know about you guys, but this is one of the most concerning things, how someone pretends to feel a certain way about you. And I think that this is very problematic on many levels. You know, like when people say to you, oh, do you know what? I really care about you. You know, I really worry about you. And they don't mean it. On some level, it's a betrayal, isn't it? It's a lie because they're lying to your face. And I don't know about you, but it's the worst thing when someone lies to your face, when they tell you that they feel a certain way about you and they really don't. That is one of the most hurtful things. It's so sick. You're right, Oxford. Never knew you could pretend to feel. And I feel like that really just sums it up. Cognitive empathy is pretending to feel. Now, we got to ask yourself the question, why would someone do that? Why would someone pretend to feel something for you? You either don't, or you do, right? Like, hello. And this is where it becomes problematic. And if you really think about it, people who do things like that, like what must be going through their mind? What must be going through their head to want to do something like that? There's one term that I came across when I was kind of doing my research for this topic, because again, like I said to you, this wasn't something that I was familiar with, like the cognitive empathy. However, when reading about it, I do understand, and it's something that I have experienced from various toxic or narcissistic people around me. And what I did understand is the various levels that cognitive empathy comes with. The first one was feigned understanding. And what that means, you know, simply put, is how someone pretends to feel something for you. So it's when someone pretends to feel love for you. Let's take this in a relationship kind of context. You know, so you enter into a relationship with someone and they're like, yeah, do you know what? You're the best thing that has ever happened to me. I have never felt like this before. You are my soulmates. I love you. I know I'm probably being a bit sarcastic when I say this, but I just want to kind of put it out there. Like, have any of you ever kind of heard these words? I mean, if you have, put it in the chat, because I'd love to know whether this is kind of resonating with you guys, if this is making sense, because honestly, like, this is the kind of things that they would say, you know, that would, you know, make, like, kind of try and confuse you, to try and suck you in. Because that's what they're doing, really. If you think about it, they're sucking you in to kind of trap you in this world of theirs that, like, yes, I love you. I want you. You're the best thing that's ever happened. You're my soulmate. Like, have any of you ever heard this kind of talk, or as the narcissist said this to you? Because people are great at saying things, aren't they? They're great at kind of making you feel good, making you feel a certain way. Yeah, Midnight Blue. Yes, it's all about trying to reel you in, isn't it? Reel you in. Michael as well, 100%. Yeah, it's just trying to reel you in into something that isn't real. Something that makes, but I feel like in this instant, it's about, because when someone says to you, oh, you know what, you're so lovely, you're great, I love you, I want to be with you, it initiates certain feelings, doesn't it? You feel good. And what happens is you then start to trust this person. And I think that's what's so bad about it, is that you begin to trust this person. And actually, they don't mean any of it. They don't actually mean anything that they say. And all the while, you're feeling these things for this person. And I think that's what's really bad about it, isn't it, guys? Telling you what you want to hear. You're right, Stephen. Stephen, sorry. That's exactly what it's about. Gary says, I'm an expert of this. If you brave, you need to name and shame them. Yeah, because it's like it's initiating some sort of feeling within you, isn't it? And when that happens, it's like you almost become, like a little bit vulnerable in all of this, don't you? You feel like, oh, I can be myself with this person. I can trust this person. And I think this is the worst thing, because, like when we leave these relationships, when we leave these situations or experiences, you know what? Like, that is the thing. You then stops you from trusting others, isn't it? Because you're feeling like, oh, you were able to believe what this person is saying, but they're not actually meaning it. And, and they're saying that, oh, I love you. I want you. You're the best thing. When someone says that to you, you feel good. Like, you feel happy that someone feels or reciprocates that feeling. Yes, Malika, you're so special. Breaks your confidence. It does, Ian. You're right. And that's what I'm trying to say. This is the betrayal. It initiates these emotions, these feelings. You then become vulnerable around this person, because when you trust people, you do become vulnerable. You haven't got your guard up, have you? That person gets to see the real you. And when this is done over and over again, and for some of us, this experience does repeat itself, you just think, oh my God, can I not trust anyone? And who was it? Laurie, you were saying, I want to be able to trust someone so badly. You know what I want to say, Laurie? You will be able to trust someone again. And the thing is, trust that the timing will be right. Like, you will meet someone that you will be able to, care for, and you will be able to trust others. And I mean, we can look at this community. We are here all together in this space. We are sharing our experiences. And even though this is a public forum, we're kind of trusting, that we're going to be here together. We're all connecting with one another. So that is a level of trust as well, isn't it? That's a level of being able to come on here and be able to trust yourselves with one another. And I feel this is such a beautiful experience here that we have, and that we are able to kind of, even if it is we're not fully ourselves, we are coming out here and being us. So you know what? Being able to trust another person is really possible, but it will happen in time. And with that, I always say, you got to trust your intuition. Trust your gut feeling, because it will never let you down. Not everybody is out there to hurt us, and that's something that we have to remember. So this feigned understanding, you see, the narcissist uses this cognitive level, okay, to be able to pretend, to mimic. And this is what I want to go on to the next thing, is that actually, listen, look how they mimic us, with the mirroring right at the beginning of the relationship. They mirror our emotions, they mirror us as people. And so that what they are doing is displaying part of us to us. They are the mirror, right? And this is why another reason why we connect with these people so much, because we feel they are very similar to us. And where this is where part of the psychology of attraction, when someone is very similar to us, we feel attracted to that person, because we feel that this person, because they're similar to us, they'll understand us. They will be, They will be very understanding, because they like the same thing, or they do the same thing as us. You're right, M. Singh, they are chameleons. They are completely chameleons. Yeah. Someone put up there, love madness. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Completely exactly what it is. Guys, if you are enjoying the live stream so far, please do give it a like. I would really be grateful for that, because this really helps with the algorithm to get this out there. So I would be really, really grateful if you were to press the like button. Smash the like button, guys. You know, those of you that are not on, obviously on the live stream, I hope that you're enjoying, the live chat rather. I hope that you are enjoying the topic so far. If you don't have to be on the live chat, that's absolutely fine. Hello, Lynn. If you just press the like button, I would be really, really grateful. Osman, thank you so much. Crispy Chris, love your handle, love your YouTube handle. So funny. My malignant narcissist wife, soon to be ex-wife, was a spider web of lies and deceit. Still is. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that. It's true. Honestly, it's just the worst, isn't it? Like, just lie after lie after lie, and even when they get caught out by it, yeah, they still lie a little bit more, don't they? I'm sorry, Crispy Chris, that you had to go through this. I really am. Sastihar CH, how the narcissist can easily block victims and move on. I'm in no contact last 2 months. I'm afraid that she will come back in the future. This is hurting me every day, even if I've blocked. I know this is so sad, and I completely understand this is hurting you, but you've done the right thing by blocking her for sure. You see, the way that they can easily move on when, they block people is because they don't have the same connection. They don't understand this connection in the same way that you do. This is all very much surface level, and it's all about, what can you do for me? And that's really what it is. It's like they don't feel the same emotions that, me or you do. When we are friends, or, we're in a relationship with someone, we care for that person. We want to see them, at their best. We want to help them. We want to make sure that their life is easy. And you know what? We want to be there for that person. No, but not a narcissist, not a narcissist. They don't do this. They don't feel it in that same way. It's all about the competition, my friends. Who's doing best? They've always got to be out there on top. And so this is what I'm saying. Like, a lot of them really just they do play with us. They do play with our emotions. I mean, think about it. This is like an emotional roller coaster. It's just so bad. It's just so hurtful what they do. And so going back to the mirroring that they use, it's like, think about this, guys. How can you pretend to be someone else? How can you copy someone else? Because that's really what mirroring is, isn't it? They're actually like copying you. That's, for me, is so strange. It's just weird, right? But the reason why they're doing it is because they don't actually have an identity of their own. They don't feel confident in themselves. Do you know, this is just making me think of actually a time when we were at school. And I don't know if ladies, you remember this. I don't know if this happens with the guys, but I know it used to happen with the girls. So I remember when I was kind of like in high school, and when you get some girls who are not really popular. I wasn't a popular kid. I can just throw that out there. I really wasn't a popular kid. I was very much a geek. Yeah, I was. I was very geeky. I was quite shy. Yeah, you wouldn't believe it, but I was. I didn't really talk very much. And I had like a few friends, not a lot. But when you had like the confident girls, and then you had the ones that weren't really confident. And what they used to do is copy the girls, who used to hang around in cliques. They were like really popular. All the guys fancied them. They just, they were really liked by everyone. And so you'd either copy like the shoes that they were wearing, or the rucksack, or the bag, or something like that. Do you know what I mean? The copying was infuriating. Yes, Bonnie. And that's what I mean. Like, I remember, like friends, we'd all, like at school, I remember we would all be wearing the loafers, and we had to have like black socks that came to a certain level. You couldn't have them like over the knee, even if it was freezing. Like, this is the UK, it's freezing every single day. So we all had to wear socks, no tights, no long socks. They had to be the short ones just over the loafers. And if you had them, then you were cool. If you didn't, you weren't cool. Does anyone remember this? Like, yes, the Mean Girls. It's exactly like that, Michael. Yes. So my school was all girls school. Okay. I went to a grammar school, and it was all girls, and then across the road, there used to be like a boys' school. And so, like there was always these competitions, who's the best, like who had the best, like most popular boyfriend. Singh, bless you. Thank you so much. Just want to say I'm in a much better place compared to 12 months ago. Thanks to this channel. No contact really works. Love and positive vibes for all. Oh, do you know what, my friend? I'm really, really so happy for you. And I'm so glad. I am so happy that you are in such a better place than 12 months ago. Do you know what? 12 months isn't that long, but it is when you're in this situation. But bless you, my friend. I am so happy. And I'm so glad that the work, the channel, you joining the live, you've been literally on the lives every single week. Bless you. I'm so happy. Let this be an example to every single one of you that no contact really does work. And this is something, that really, really can help you, because it helps you to give you that kind of like mind space, or the brain space, for you to be able to process, to think about like what's going on. Sometimes, what we need to be able to have time, for our emotions to be settled, not to be triggered all the time, and I'm so happy for you, my friend, Singh. I really, really am. And it's really hard to kind of express this because, or show it, because it is like, over camera or whatever. But honestly, I am really happy for you. If you were standing right here in front of me, you'd be getting the biggest hug. And I'm sending you the biggest hug from me, and probably from everyone in this community. But honestly, I'm cabin crew. So if I'm not on here, I'm flying. Are you? Which airline is it, Singh? Because I am a regular flyer to Greece. Usually that's where I'm flying. But which airline? If you can say, if not, don't worry. No worries, Midnight Blue. But let this be. Yes, you are a rock star. You're right, Eric. You are a rock star, my friend, Singh. Definitely. No contact does work. And it's a really important part of your healing journey to be able to put yourself first. This is where you are putting boundaries in place. You're giving yourself time to be able to like process what has happened, time to think about things. And I know for a lot of us, giving ourselves this time, we feel uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to paint this out to be like some amazing experience. It's still going to trigger you, and it's still going to hurt for sure. So you have to remember that you have to look after you. You've got to give yourself this time to be able to understand what has happened, why it's happened. Remember, knowledge is power. Singh, I am so glad you don't fly with Ryanair. I am so glad it's not Ryanair. Not going to say why, but we all know why. Those that know. I'm glad. That's okay, Singh. Don't worry. That's okay. But no, thank you for being on the live every week, Singh. Every week you have been here. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Really appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Really do. So that feigned understanding that the narcissist has. And then we go on to the mirroring, where they mirror us, they pretend to be us. That's another level. That's like, for me, I just think that's really strange, why someone will want to pretend to be you. You are you. But you see, that all just goes to show that actually, if you rewind back into their childhood, they didn't have, that space to be able to develop who they are. All right. They didn't have the time to really understand themselves. Which is why they don't have an identity. Can you imagine growing up without knowing who you are, without actually right now, think about it, not having an identity, not knowing who you are. You've got to borrow little bits of everybody, okay? And you're actually little bits of everybody that you have known or everyone that you've been in a relationship with. Oh my God. Like, really? And that's what I mean. That's really what's happening. That's how I can kind of explain it in a way that I understand it. Because if you're going to copy someone, you're going to mirror someone, you're not yourself. You're not bringing your authentic self to the table. And that's really, that's what's happened. The trauma has separated the narcissist from their real self. They don't even know who they are. So when they're around people, they're trying to fit in because they don't feel part of anything. And that's why they do this, because they don't know who they are. They don't have a stable sense of self. They authentically don't know themselves. So think about it. If you don't know that, how can you heal? How can you level up and move forward from this? They can't. We can. They can't. So that's something that we really need to be aware of, that actually this whole concept of pretending to be someone else, then love bombing them. That's all about telling someone what they want to hear, that you want to fool this person into thinking, that you love them or that you feel something more. They do, Autumn, you're right. They know how to mess up your mind. Sleepy, you will find yourself again for sure. No, Laurie, there's no point feeling sorry for this person. They know what they're doing. And everybody makes a choice in life. This is all about a choice, isn't it, my friends? You make a choice. And they choose to be like this. And in a way, this is all about mind games. Yeah, they still do, for sure. I really like that, Malika. Healing journey from knowledge to self-love and self-compassion. And that's what's really important. It's about, you've got to understand that this person that you had in your life, okay, they weren't real. And I know that you guys know that. They weren't real. How can you be real pretending to be someone else that you're not? Like, what is that about? Seriously? It's the trust that hurts. Yeah, when you trust someone, I think what is really difficult, I think one of the hardest things here in all of this experience of ours is, like when you get to know a person, all right, we all develop, or we all have a first impression of someone. You get to know someone in this way, okay? And when the narcissist, when we first meet the narcissist, we get to know them in this way. So at this point, they are love bombing us. They are making us feel good. They are showing that, they're showing their best selves. And there is such a thing as first impressions. And we all develop this first impression of the narcissist. But over time, we realize that this person isn't as nice as they were right at the beginning, are they? No. So we're like, okay, well, what actually is going on here? Like, you're not this person that I first met. And that's where this cognitive dissonance comes in, for us, because we always remember the narcissist to be a specific way. They're always that person that we met right at the beginning of this relationship, except they are not that person that we first met. And we're like, well, where are they? I mean, why have they gone? And so this person that they were right at the beginning, that is never the same person that they were right at the end. And that's where this confusion comes in for us, because we always remember the narcissist as how they were right at the beginning. They were so lovely. They were so nice. They make you feel good. They put all this effort, energy, and attention onto you. And now they don't. They're literally the opposite. They're putting you down. They're making you feel inferior. They are absolutely awful. They're asking you to do things that you never would. You know, they're blaming you for everything that goes wrong in their life. But yet they weren't this person right at the beginning. So can you see how this really messes, you know, you up cognitively and emotionally? Because you're making excuses for this person because this is not the same person as you first met. So you make excuses because you think they're going to be amazing. This is going to be so wonderful. You feel like you've met this person that, you know, you've met this person of your dreams. And then as time goes on, yeah, so true. Took 3 months for them to turn. And it usually is that. It's usually like 2, 3, 4 months, and then they become another person. It's always great in the beginning. Yeah, funny that, isn't it? It's always great at the beginning. And that's why I say, guys, take it slow. Take it slow. There's no rush. There's no rush. Take your time. Bob, thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Underneath the surface, if we let our light shine, we will change and become the light way they were always afraid of. KN11. That's so beautiful. I'm going to read it again. Underneath the surface, if we let our light shine, we will change. And that's the key. We will change. And Sadis Shir says, how to overcome trauma bond, easy way, even in no contact. Yes, ghosting and no contact, Ian says. So the way to overcome trauma bond, okay, what you have to understand is that you are traumatically bonded to this person. Okay, and so what is happening here is that this really ties into what I was saying earlier, is how you got to know this person. You've got to remember, you've got to see the reality of this person and who they are. You've got to see it like who they really are, not how you want to remember them. Don't romanticize the relationship because you're not seeing it for what it really is. Bob, you're amazing. Thank you. Your nervous system is overstimulated when you're experiencing a trauma bond because you're constantly thinking about that person and you're like, oh my God, like, why are they like this? Why have they done this? Maybe I've got this wrong. No. Let's not doubt ourselves here. You didn't get it wrong. You wouldn't be in this situation. You wouldn't even be here on this live. You wouldn't even be watching my videos or other videos about narcissists or toxic people. The thing is, this information has found you because it's resonated with you. So don't start, you know, doubting that, you know, oh, maybe I've got it wrong. No, this person is toxic. You are here for a reason, and this information is resonating with you for a reason. And that's what you've got to remember. Okay. And so if your nervous system is overstimulated, we need to bring it back down. So it needs to be back to homeostasis. So onto a foundational level, onto a normal, I don't like using that word, but a normal plateau level. Okay. So the best way to do that, okay, is if you live in a warm country, get your feet onto grass. It's called earthing. And I think Oxford, you had said that last week. Yes. Earth yourself. You need the negative ions from the earth. Okay, this is charged from the earth. This is resonance, energy from the earth. It's natural. This is about getting yourself out into natural settings, okay? Even the noise, you know, like from wherever you are, if you're by the sea, think about that noise of the waves. That's very setting. It's called white noise. It carries a certain frequency that's really calming to our bodies. Even if you're in the woods, again, that noise, maybe the birds, the rustling of the wind in the trees, that really helps. Also, certain music, journaling, that sort of thing. This is about really bringing your nervous system down. Try and sleep if you can. This really helps to repair and rejuvenate our bodies. Stephen says grounding techniques. Yes, absolutely. Even breathing techniques. But if you can, then that will really help with the trauma bond. This again is bringing back the connection back to yourself and the trust in yourself. This is what is so important, my friends. Those of you that have got through a trauma bond, if you could just put some helpful information out there, because I know there's a few of us that are suffering from a trauma bond right now. And actually, I just recorded a video all about the trauma bond, which I will release in the next couple of days. So that will be coming out. That will give help as well. Yang, you're right. Yeah, you need to distract yourself, but in a healthy way. And that's all about doing things that would really, really help you. Yang, thank you for your helpful tips. This will really help. Osman says, write a lot. Yes. You are absolutely right, Kay, on a level. Most importantly, we should understand that we are not alone and we are very inspirational people. You are. And that's the thing. You need to realize your gifts, my friends. You really do, because honestly, this is everything that I'm saying to you guys, you probably already know. Like, this is not new. I'm just reminding you that actually you can do this. You can overcome this, because it's important for you to remember who you are. Okay. You need to step into your power. Stop sitting on the outside looking in. Okay. I know that a lot of us are going through some really awful things at the moment. And that's why we are here. You know, if you're enjoying the live, please do press the like button. This is actually, group therapy. This is a community of all of us who have been through this. You know, we all help one another. Okay, this is all peer support. And if those of you that want to carry this on or want to connect with others, we do also have the Discord server there as well. Yang will put the link up. Yang obviously is leading on the Discord server. He's got a lot of helpful resources. Also, if you want to talk with Yang, or if you want some helpful kind of coaching tips, help to elevate you, I would say join over to the Discord and get in contact with Yang as well. Michael Hutchins says, gym is key. Yes, I completely resonate with that, Michael, because it was for me. The gym for me was everything. For me, it was all about, actually, I love lifting weights. That for me is kind of like a sense of achievement, because I can feel that in my body, that sense of achievement. It wasn't even so much about losing the weight, but it was, it was more about, that achievement, that lifting the weight. Can you put the Discord server one up, Yang, please? That's the link I was kind of hoping for. The Discord one. Poetry and meditations. Nessa UK, you are absolutely right. Guided meditations before going to sleep. Yes, Malika, this is also really, really good. Yeah, these are the things. They probably seem to you like, thank you, Yang. You're probably thinking that, no, and then put the Discord one up, Yang, as well. The Discord one, please. Thank you. Yeah, like you're probably thinking, oh, like meditation, doing this, doing that. Like this is all, airy-fairy. It's not, because this really helps with your nervous system, your emotional health. Bonnie, you are right. Nutrition. This is another thing that is going to really help. Boxing, it's completely changed me. Yes, Michael Yang also used to do the boxing. You guys, you should get in touch with one another, because they're both of you are like, enjoying your boxing. Steen, I'm sorry, my friend. I can't read it in your language. I'm so sorry. If you can say it in English, I'd be really glad. I'd read your comment out. And KN11, no contact after taking care of your health. That's it. That's what's important here. It's Rukia says, it's like when people withdraw from drugs, like I seen on TV. Yes. That's a really good analogy, Rukia. I'm so sorry. I hope I've said that right. You're right. It is like withdrawing from drugs. It's true. It is really, really difficult, but it's not impossible, because you can recover from it. But, it is hard. You're going to have to put the work in. With the trauma bond, yes, you're going to have to put the work in. It's true. But it's not impossible. You are worth the effort, my friends. You all are. CP says, I coached a women's league and played before that. I will get that. I will get that woman back, Sleepy. Yeah, you will. You so will. I love this talk. This is exactly the motivation and the talk that you should be saying. Like, you're coming home to yourself. And that is what is important, is connecting back to yourself. You will never lie to yourself. You know yourself the best. You've got your back. That is what is important. Louise says, healthy mind and healthy body, clean yourself. Yes. Food, sleep, cutting out all alcohol. You're right, Zoe, because the alcohol is a natural depressant. It's funny because when we have something bad that's happening to us, or when people have something bad or think of this, always like, yeah, let's have a drink. And also equally, the way that we as a society look at alcohol as well, it's also used as something to help us cope. It's used as medication for many people, but it's also used as a celebration. So the way that we look at, or the way that we understand alcohol in our society, it's not always a positive way, because alcohol, actually, if we think about it, is ethanol, and ethanol is a poison. What we do drink is sugared poison. But anyway, listen, I'm not saying that I'm a saint and I don't have a drink now and again. I'm not going to say that, but it's something that I'm working towards. Just if you can cut out alcohol, this will really, really help as well. So it won't help to trigger as much as it does. Sadiska says, I think Max and Narcissist people divorce in their life. I think that's true too. So going back to this cognitive empathy, I think it's very important to remember that the narcissist also uses something called strategic listening. Yes, my friends, strategic listening. So what they do, is think back to right at the beginning when you met the narcissist. You didn't know they were a narcissist. And what they did is they sat back and they asked you all the questions. You did all the talking. They did all the listening, didn't they, my friends? That's how they got to know you, because they watched you. They watched your facial expressions. They watched your body language, and they figured you out. Didn't they, my friends? They did. This is very predatory in nature, isn't it? The way that you watch someone, their body language, their facial expressions. I know this because this is something that, we do, as therapists, as psychologists, as counselors, maybe not so much counselors, but as psychologists, for our clients or our patients. I remember when we would do it, when I was doing my doctorate, we were always taught to listen to what someone is not saying. And the way that you do that, I'm going to reveal industry secrets here. And the way that you do this is and it takes a lot of energy, but the narcissist does this. So what they will do is they will ask you a question and they will watch how you answer, how you react to what they have said. So for example, they might ask you, what is the most happiest thing you have ever done in your life? So what you will do is you will recall a memory and then you will talk about it. But then if you think about it, this memory will initiate certain emotions within you. Okay, so as you're talking, you're reliving that memory, you're reliving that experience, and you're talking about it. And the narcissist will be studying your facial expressions, your body language. At that point, you're not thinking about how you're expressing yourself, what you're saying, what you're doing. It's almost as though you're living in that memory and you're recalling it. Think about it, like even when you do this even now, when you're with friends or some people that you trust and they say, oh, do you remember this time when you did this? Or, oh, do you remember when you did this? And you're like, yeah, I do. I remember this was such a great camping trip. Or I remember when we went there. You can ask me, questions about something that I did. Like, for example, when I went to Paris earlier this year, this was lovely. Or when I went to Greece, so I will talk about, oh, yes, like that lovely time, that I spent doing this or going to the beach or seeing these wonderful things, seeing, for example, jellyfish in the water, like I will talk about it. And then, because I'm quite expressive, so, like many of us are as well. And so the narcissist will watch how you explain things, how you say certain things. And then they code this, they remember this. And they're like, now I remember. Now I know. And you see, they will ask strategic questions, certain things that will make you feel certain things. And they'll watch you. And that's how they know. That's how they will know. Has any of this ever happened? Did any of you ever experience this? If you have, put a yes in the comments. Yes, you're right. Yes, you're right, Stephen. It is. It's about searching for your triggers and knowing how to exploit you at a future time. Yeah, that's it. That's what they do. So they listen to certain things that you're saying, but they're going to ask you certain questions so that you answer them. P48, yes. Laurie, yes. Brilliant. Yeah. It's scary. It is scary. But you see that now that we have to become aware of this, we have to know that people do this. You know, it's like, for example, it's something that I do this. Yes, I know how to do this because it's kind of like I kind of have to, but I always tell, for example, when I'm working in this way, I say to my clients, those of you that have worked with me, and you'll know that I will say, I'm going to ask you really uncomfortable questions. And the reason, for example, the way that I work is because I'm working with your ego, and your ego is there to protect you. But in order for us to get to the next part, or to get to the work that is really meaningful, I have to bypass your ego, which is there to protect you. And sometimes I have to ask really uncomfortable questions, which is what I will do also, this strategic listening. And I will ask certain questions. But for those of you that have worked with me, you'll know I'll always kind of say to you, I'm going to do this and I'm going to tell you after why I have done this, but I'm not going to tell you beforehand because it won't work. So I prepare you. But you see, a narcissist will do this and they won't even say this to you. This is very manipulative if you really think about it, because they're getting you to feel a certain thing, to get you to recall certain memories. Again, it's all to do with being vulnerable. You're expressing, or you're letting this person in to a very intimate part of your life, isn't it? And that's why when they do this, this feels like a betrayal, isn't it? Because you're letting them in emotionally. You are talking about things that, you know, are really important to you, and you're letting this person in, so they are having an effect on you. And you're telling them how you feel, what's going on for you. Okay? And that's what they're doing. They are doing this to get this information from you. And this is why I always say, you want to counteract the narcissist, or you want to get your own back. The best way to do that is to remove yourself from them, to not give any emotional or any positive attention or focus on this person. It's about removing yourself. You got to be smart about this. You know what motivates these people. They just need to get a reaction from you. But you don't react, you respond. Be clever about this. You've got to be smart. And think about it, like if you go forward in your lives, I'm not even saying like this was what the narcissist does, but people will do this. Think about, for example, you know, like when you're going even for like job interviews, you're going to get asked certain questions that are going to make you answer in a certain way. Take a step back, really think about what is being asked for you, and you only reveal the information that you want to reveal, that you want this other person to know. Because this is how narcissists do these things. They will watch you. They will watch your facial expressions, how you react to certain words, what's going on for you, how you react, you know, emotionally, how you behave, how your body reacts. They're going to be looking for all of these things, and this will give them a lot of information. Yes, this is done consciously. It's not unconscious. They know what they are doing. And that's it, KN11. You have to be stone cold. That's right, Malika. Ignore or just grey rock. This is why they don't like being ignored. For them, this is the most, like, this is the worst thing for them, like to be ignored. So my friends, you have to be smart about this. You've got to understand what this person or what people are doing. Take a step back, watch, think about, why is someone asking you these questions, you know, so early on? Like, why do you need to know this? Always, not that you need to say it to them, but just think to yourself, why do you need to know this? None of your business. If I wanted to tell you or talk about this, then I would. So no, I'm not going to talk about it. If you feel uncomfortable in a situation, say you've gone on a date with someone, and this is why I always say, take it slow, don't rush, just watch the other person. You ask the questions. Don't give so much information of yourself out, because once you give all that information out, they've got you. Okay. And then they know how to use it against you because they've got this, information on you. KN11, yeah, I ignore them. There's really no harm whatsoever. You're right. And Malika's no feelings, no reaction. If they can't handle, it's not really my problem. That's right. Come on, guys. Come on. 5 more likes, guys. 5 of you wonderful people. If you could just like the live, if you're enjoying it so far, I'd be really grateful for your likes. And this will really help with the algorithm to get this out there, to other people who may be going through this. This information would be really helpful for people who are experiencing this, who have gone through this. Kevin says, I just wanted to say thank you for your channel and the content. It helped me a lot. I'm so glad, Kevin. I'm really, really happy that it has helped you. Thank you for your comment. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, so strategic listening, my friends. Just be aware that people do this. Yes, oversharing can be weaponized and used against you. So the other thing that they do, God, there's loads of things that they do. Have we done it? Woo! Yes. We've reached 100 likes. Thank you so much, guys. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I made this tea and I don't think, it's supposed to be fennel tea today. That's what I've got, but I don't think it's going to taste very nice. It's not very strong. It's like yellow water. Yeah, it looks like something else, but I'm not going to say what it does. One of you will probably say it in the comments. Actually, it's not too bad. Sadisha says, do narcissists remember blocked people or just forget? That's a good question. I think they don't forget. And I think, well, it depends, because if you're a good resource for the narcissist and they can get some, emotional validation from you, they will unblock you and you'll be back there. Yes. So no, they probably won't. If you're good, if you're a good source of supply, they're not going to forget you. Ed Green says, yes, never overshare. Never overshare, my friends. Be smart. Never overshare. Laurie says, yes, good. Let him run away and far. Lucia says, my girlfriend may not be a narcissist, but I think I might be. I'm here looking for insight. I wonder if you are, because actually, if you're a narcissist, you probably wouldn't be on my live. So it could be that you might have some traits of it, but doesn't mean that you're a full-blown one. And also, if you're a narcissist, you probably wouldn't say that you are one. So you probably are not. Pat says, can single parents weaponize their kids as instruments? The game. 100%, Pat. Yeah, definitely. If they're a narcissist, they're going to use their children, because they don't care. They're going to use their children against the other to get what they want, to get the other parent to conform. Yeah, 100%. 100% they're going to weaponize their children. They're going to use them as a bargaining tool, as something that they can manipulate the other person. I mean, think about that. Like, why would you use your kids like that? They're not objects, but we all know, my friends, narcissists like to objectify people. They see people as objects. It's like, what can you do for me? Very transactional, very like, yeah, you do all of this for me and I'll do nothing for you. You're welcome, Lucia. You're very, very welcome, my dear. Actually, I just got to say that I was with Yang. We were writing actually and it's my fault. This has come to a standstill. I was writing out like this questionnaire, this quiz that you can take to see whether someone is to recognize certain traits. But it's my fault because I haven't actually finished it yet. I've got like a few questions, but I haven't finished writing it yet. So it is something that is coming, in the pipeline. Let's not talk about the book because it's another thing that's meant to have been finished already. Anyway. Malika says, starve and deprive the narcissist and they will lose control over you. Exactly. That's the best advice. Starve and deprive the narcissist and they will lose control over you. Yeah, because you're not giving them any energy. You're not giving them any positive regard. And that is what is important. We're no longer children, though. Use their kids as pawns for leverage. Yeah, they do, Stephen. You're absolutely right. P48 says, I can't believe after 4 years I'm still waking up with bad memories. When will it die? It will eventually. It won't trigger you, and I know you're probably thinking, oh my God, it's been like 4 years. Like, why hasn't this finished? Why hasn't it stopped? But you see, the thing is, I would say that this is probably linked to CPTSD and certain emotions that you haven't, processed yet. What I would say to you is perhaps maybe keep a dream journal, like write down the kind of things that are coming up with like bad memories or bad kind of dreams that you're having. Maybe there's messages within the dreams. I am a big believer that when you have dreams, there is always a meaning within our dreams. And so I always encourage all of my clients to keep like a dream journal. If you're someone who dreams and sees images within their dreams, I do have very vivid dreams, and I also lucid dream as well. Not as often as I would like to, but I do have lucid dreams. They're amazing. And yeah, I would just say to you, probably keep a dream journal, just to try and release it, because the reason why I'm saying that is because you need to have an outlet for it. You need to be able to release those memories or things that you're thinking about. So I hope that helps, P48. Okay, so the next thing that I really wanted to mention here that the narcissist does when they use cognitive empathy is they project. Don't they, my friends? They project. So all of their bad behavior, all of the things that the narcissist is, they say against you, don't they? They say that it's you that does this. And they make you believe that you're the one that is at fault. They make you feel like this small. Why? Why do they do it, my friends? Why is it that they make us feel this small? It's always our fault. It's always us that have made them feel like this. My blind chi Alfie. Oh, you've got a little pet called Alfie. I've got a doggy called Alfie too. Do they use pets and children as objects as well as partner? Yeah, 100%. Of course they use pets because the pets mean something to you. That's why. P48, yeah, you're welcome. Just try it, because honestly, dreams do give us a lot of insight into what's going on for us. And I know that not all of us can remember our dreams, but those of us that do, I genuinely do have like really vivid dreams. Not every night though, guys, not every night. Sometimes I do, and I do lucid dream. Yes, for sure. It's an experience, I've got to say. Sleeper says, I hate dreams, but writing them down works and letting it go. Yes, it does. Does it? You Midnight Blue, you also lucid dream. I think us people who are a little bit more tuned or a little bit more intuitive have lucid dreams. Do you know, I remember, I've got to say this, right? And this is all I'm going to say, but I remember, I think I must have been about 14, 15. And I remember I was dreaming about a plane crash that had happened somewhere up north. I remember it was very cold. It was somewhere that was very snowy. And I remember waking up, and I was going to high school, and I came downstairs because my mum had made breakfast for me and my sister, and I remember she had made eggs, and I remember this day, and my mum would always have the TV on, and at that point the news came on, and it was reporting that there had been a plane crash in like Norway or Sweden. And I remember like my blood run cold, because exactly that image that was being shown on the TV is exactly what I had seen in my dream before I woke up, literally like 45 minutes before I'd been seeing this. So yeah, as a kid, I was able to like predict what was going to happen. Has happened a few times since, but not always. I can't always, but yes, I do have lucid dreams. Roger, how does one have lucid dreams? This is, do you know what I'd say? Do your research on it, because I don't know exactly how you do. I don't know. It's just something that I have experienced. If someone that's a little bit more attuned, someone who's a bit more intuitive, I know that you can reach this through meditative states as well. It's different states of being. That's what it is. It's kind of like, how do I describe it? It's to do with REM sleep, rapid eye movement. So it depends. It's to do with the brain activity whilst you are asleep. So we have different levels of sleep, and it depends at what parts. It's to do with the waking and sleeping state, alpha, omega, and gamma. So it's in the omega state. So it depends when your brain waves. No, that lucid dreams are not the ones where you can control the outcome. They're the ones that it's dreams that you have that either you predict the future, or it's when you dream something but you remember it, and it's like you feel like you're exactly in that dream. That's what dreams are. That's what lucid dreams. Flying dreams. Yeah, flying dreams are the best. I love those ones for sure. Yes. I've got to say as well, like the dreams that I used to have, I remember when I had a lot of toxic people around me in my life, was very much where they were very dark. There was a lot of like demonic kind of dreams and seeing things like that. Just, I don't know if anyone else has experienced that, but yes, this is something that like I really dreamt of. I don't know if this is a thing, if any of you guys have experienced that. And Louise says, Anushka, yes, I had it about the London attacks by the bridge. Did you? Oh my God, I think when our bodies are in tune with the brain with certain circumstances. Oh my God, Louise, bless you. I know, and I can completely like empathize how you must have felt when you have seen that, because I do remember those London attacks. It was when I was at school actually, and yeah, they were really horrific. So many people died. I know, it's really awful. And I remember, I think I was in London like the day or 2 days before that, when one of them happened. I think it was it Oxford Street or Covent Garden or something like that. And I don't know, that really, really shook me. Even also, I remember the 9/11 as well. And I'm sorry I'm bringing this up there, but it was my cousin's wedding over in Chicago, and I was there for their wedding, and I was bridesmaid at the wedding in Chicago. And I remember I flew back on the 9th of September because we were there. Me and my mum had gone. Yeah, my sister and my dad didn't join us. So it was me and my mum that had gone for the wedding, and I was bridesmaid. And we flew back on the 9th of September from Chicago to London. And then 2 days later, obviously those attacks happened. Oh my God. Isn't it funny how certain things happen in our life? Hello, Michelle. Thank you for joining from New Mexico. I've actually been to New Mexico. What a beautiful place. Beautiful, beautiful place. But thank you, Michelle, for joining. Louise, can be quite disturbing until you get to the point they help and are a guide. Yes, they are a help and they do guide. Yes, I do believe in that. Yes. You're welcome, Roger. Yes, because I don't want to say the wrong thing, but do some more research on it and how you can get into that kind of brain state of being able to lucid dream for sure. Do the research, like read up on it and everything. It will really, really help. Oxford says, Dark Night of the Soul, the nightmares were awful. It's better now. Oh, bless you. The dark night of the soul is one of the worst things, but it's also an awakening, isn't it? We awaken. We don't see things the way that they were before. And this is where it's really important for every single one of us. You know, like, I know, bless you, Oxford, I know. I've had a dark night of the soul as well, probably like 3 times. And it is so painful. It's awful. But this is your awakening. You're never going to go back. You see the world differently. P48, 9/11 is the day after my birthday. Remember that year vividly. Bless you. Oh, bless you. So you're a Virgo. Yeah, it's crazy. I remember when that happened. I fell to my knees. It was just like the worst thing to see what is happening. And yeah, I was traveling back like 2 days later. Like, oh my God. Me and my mum, I think we cried that day. So yeah, so going back to the cognitive empathy. So projection, this is another thing that I wanted to talk about. You're welcome, Pat. You're very welcome. Yeah, so projection. Okay, so it's when the narcissist projects and says that everything is your fault. They think that, you know, you have to change in some way. That you have to, that it's you that is the issue, that you need to change everything, that you have to, you know, that you have to take responsibility and you change. Louise, sorry, I've just got to say, Louise, that's a really, really important point. You know, I think we all get the intuition with an arc and we dismiss it. It's there. It's true. We do. We do. And all of these things that I'm saying even today, you know, with the cognitive empathy, I think a lot of us actually do recognize it and we do see it. We do feel it. Yet we just push it aside and we think, you know what? No, we've got it wrong. No, this can't be right. This doesn't happen. But I think, and this is what I always encourage you guys. I really want you to know that each and every one of you does have this intuition. You do have this inbuilt thing, like within you. You know, we've all got it. And this is what the connection to self really is about. It's about you really connecting back to yourself and trusting your gut instinct. We're all born with an instinct. This is why we are here. Like, this is why, you know, every animal in the wild, they have this instinct, don't they? So that they don't get eaten, I don't know, by like a crocodile or a lion or whatever it is. You know, we all have that instinct and we all have that intuition that we think, yeah, you know, like, for example, you know, our pets. I know this happened today because I was with my dad earlier. Actually, we had gone out. Yes, my dad. Yes, I was with him. I went out to get some bits and pieces. And I remember when we were coming back in, Alfie was waiting by the door. And I how did he know that, you know, me and my dad were coming, you know, through the door? He didn't hear us because it's not even loud. And that's what I mean. Even animals possess it. It's something that is natural or inborn. You know, if our pets have that, we have this too. So you have to trust that. You have to connect back to this, because this is what is really important for us. You know, we did try to override it, didn't we? We tried to override it for how many years and for how long? And look where it got us. And this is why now we have to trust that, because it's very important. This is what is going to save our life. Okay? That's a really good point, P48. If you're a fixer, you don't want to accept that the person is wicked. You want to give them the benefit of the doubt and also follow through on your commitments. You do, because you don't ever think. I mean, guys, how many of us ever thought that the narcissist was a narcissist? We didn't even know. Did they? They didn't even know. They did, you know, it's really important. Okay. I've lost my trail of thought, guys. I forgot what I was saying. That's why I paused. I was like, what was I saying? Sorry. Because I was reading the comments and you were saying about, About the dogs, yes, they do. They do. They have a very good, they sense and smell level. You're right, Yang. Yeah, they do. They do. And they're very intuitive. Ari says, I get brain fog and all the things when he is being critical and when he is nice again and the dopamine comes back and they're addicted. Yes, it is. It's true. It is this up and down all the time. You know, that's what I was saying. We never thought that they were going to be narcissists. We never thought that people like this even existed. You know, we always think that, you know, it's these kind of people, they only exist in the movies, and it's not something that is going to affect us. And I think in a way this really breaks our hearts that actually we have had these kind of people in our lives, because I think the worst thing for all of us is the betrayal. It's the emotional betrayal that you trusted this person and they have let you down, and they have done this especially knowing that this was going to hurt you. And I think that is what is so hurtful for us. And I think that's what takes a long time for us to get over and really understand it. You know, and that's why, you know, that's why I feel a lot of them, you know, project this onto us, because they see our goodness. They see that we are pure. They see that we are good people. And they are not. At the core of it, you know, in their hearts, they know that they are not good people. They know that they do this. Come on. I mean, come on. You've got to, on some level, you know what you're doing is wrong. But do they care? That's another thing. Do they actually care? They don't. They don't consider your feelings, because it's kind of like, if I'm getting what I want, then I don't care. Then I don't care about you. And it was like the live that we did a couple of weeks ago, isn't it, my friends? Do narcissists know or are aware of the pain that they cause? They are aware, but they don't care. That wasn't meant to rhyme. Sorry, my friends. That wasn't meant to rhyme. You see, narcissists are empaths too. They are dark empaths, because although they can read your emotions, although they have this foresight, and they know how to manipulate you, they know what makes you tick, they know how to get the best and the worst out of you, but they don't care. And you see, they use this for their own gains. They have an agenda behind it, even though they can feel this, even though it might seem to you that they're always one step ahead. They don't care. And they use this against you. You see, us being quite empathetic individuals, you know, we care about the other person. We don't want to cause pain to another person. We'd rather cause ourselves pain than hurt someone else. But they'll cause another person pain because they're not going to hurt themselves. You see, their ego is very dysfunctional, and it's very much about their own survival, about being better than you. That's why they do this. Nessa says, I find being a realist and staying authentic tends to draw them out. This is also a very good point, a very good tactic. Being real, being yourself. This really does draw them out. Oxford, you're so funny. Now I need the t-shirt. They are aware, but they don't care. I love that. Yes. I need to start a merch store, don't I, guys? Like, you know, with the t-shirts, the slogans. There was something else I was saying, but I can't remember. It was like, it was rhyming. And I really don't mean for these things to rhyme. It just comes out. What's the saying? I'm a poet and I don't even know it. Do you know, when I was younger, I used to I wanted to be an MC, you know, like them MCs that they like, the rhyme just keeps going. I know a little bit, and no, I am not going to say what I know. No, this is, yeah, you know, like when they used to be able to rap, or they used to MC on the songs, I would love to have been able to do that, but no. No, I don't know anything now. I don't know any of that. Yes, merch. Yes to the merch and t-shirts. Would you, Zoe? Would you absolutely? Oh my God. And Sleepy, you'd wear one, yeah? I need to do some merch, don't I? How about a t-shirt that says me, and mine? Love it. Yes, that's about us. That's what we got to think about ourselves. That's right. Okay. Young, we need to start thinking about some merch. Okay. We need to start doing some t-shirt things. This is something that we need to talk about. All right, guys, we'll get some t-shirts out there. Midnight Blue. Yes, I would have loved to be able to rap like Eminem and like, do the MC. I would have loved to have been able to do that. Maybe that could be my next vocation. No, because I love what I do here. No. Washed grey, please, like a vantage. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny. Okay, Yang, we've got to talk about t-shirts and merch for everyone. Okay, we'll come up with some ideas. For sure. Yes. Amazing. Thanks, Yang. Thank you. Okay, hold on. Let me just check my notes. What else did I want? There was something else I wanted to talk about. Give me 2 seconds, guys. So yeah, we talked about the mirroring, the strategic listening. Two more things. Okay, so we all know about the gaslighting. This is something else that applies with cognitive empathy. So it's about, we all know what gaslighting is when someone basically doubts our reality. And I feel like that is, again, something else that is really important for us to kind of look at, because it's easier like to say, oh yes, someone that makes you doubt your reality. But what does that even mean? Really, if you think about it, it's someone who really questions you to think, is this really like this? It's like basically if someone came up to you and said, hey, do you know what? The sky is green. And you're like, what? Really? If you're in the UK, the sky is always grey. But if you're in somewhere like Greece, it's always blue. So you're like looking at the sky and you're thinking, what? It's green? And you're thinking, is it? And then because you have to check to make sure. This is what I mean. This is like someone who is persuading you, like really putting themselves out there to really change the way that you think. That is manipulation. That is gaslighting. Someone who projects their own things onto you and makes you question your own reality. And it's like, I think a lot of my clients always say to me, it's like, you get to know yourself. Like, you know yourself. You have, or the representation of you. You know yourself. And then there's someone that comes along and then gets you to question how you know yourself. I mean, really, really, my friends, you have to question yourself. And at the time, you're like, is it really like this? Is the sky really green? But when we're in these situations, my friends, we don't always see it, because we always think, you know what? This person loves us. This person we trust. You would never want to do something intentionally to hurt us, but they do. And that's the thing. When we have to question ourselves, our integrity, our thoughts, the way that we see things, that's a red flag. That is what is really bad. And I feel like that's something that we really need to look out for, because when that is part of the cognitive empathy, because when somebody, all right, is telling you that the way that you think is not right, that's wrong. How can someone do that? That is wrong. That is what I'm saying. That it causes you to question yourself. And that is very triggering. That is really triggering. And then you got to think, now why would someone do that to you? And that's the question you've got to ask yourself. What is the motivation? Why does someone want to know this? Why is someone doing this? You got to know that. You've got to understand that. What is that person's motivation? And there's certain things that when you learn this about yourself, when you learn how to put boundaries, how to protect yourself, you're going to be okay, my friends. You're going to be okay. There's no need for you to live in fear and think that you're a victim and stay, like you're in victim mentality. No. Don't do this to yourselves, because what you're doing is you're putting yourselves in a prison, and you're going to stay stuck, and you're going to stay in victim mentality, and you're not victims. I don't want you to think of yourselves as victims, because then you're lowering yourself into thinking that actually you can't do anything about it, and that this is what you've got to accept, this reality you've got to accept, when that is not the truth. You don't, because you can move forward. You can level up from this. Sometimes you need someone there to kind of like coach you through it, talk you through it, help you through it. But that doesn't mean that you're weak just because you're asking someone for help, or you want to be around someone that helps. You got to help yourself. And sometimes you might need that, that extra bit of that pep talk, that someone just to build you up. It doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean that you have failed and you're going to stay. You don't want to stay in this. Overthinking, worrying, not being able to sleep, thinking that you're this, thinking that and these are all lies. You've got to stop questioning yourselves. You know yourself the best. And when someone is gaslighting you and making you question your reality, that is an issue. That person doesn't deserve to be in your life. Hello, Brett. Hope you're well. Louise, I like that. I wonder if there is a burning on a Tuesday. Yeah, I'm sure they are. But you know what? They're probably thinking, ooh. Sorry, I was just checking what other bit I needed to talk about. Yeah, it's true, yeah, nah. The next thing I wanted to talk about is manipulative persuasion. There are a lot of books out there on how you can persuade someone into thinking the same way that you do. But that really is a book about gaslighting, isn't it? How to gaslight another person. Thank you, Brett, for asking. Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you for being on the live. Thank you, Midnight Blue. Ray says, I envy the resolve I hear in other people's comments. All I still feel is sad. Ray, my friends, you know what? You will get to this point, but I think what you're doing is you're still emotionally processing what's going on for you. And that's okay. We've all been there. Take your time. Don't rush this. You will get to this place where we are. Because remember, we are all at different stages of healing in this community. And that's okay, because certain things that we talk about here, are going to really resonate. Some of them will not make sense because you're like, what? But you will get to that place, honestly. You're right, Loki. The narcissist is the tsunami you don't want in your life. Yes, for sure. That also should be on a t-shirt, my friends. I think that is another good one that should be on the t-shirt. The narc is the tsunami you don't want in your life. KN11, absolutely. Cut them off for life, please, everybody. Trust me, they are a waste of life completely. You're right. Lucas says, Yang, could we get the Discord link again? Yang, would you be able to put the Discord link up again, please? Thank you. It's true, it's really hard for us. Good night, Louise. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you for your lovely comments. Thank you for joining. See you next week, hopefully. Bye. What was I saying? Yes, we find it very difficult to be able to cut these people out of our lives because we feel like we're doing a huge disservice or we're being rude in some way. But actually, we're not. Thank you, Yang. Actually, we're not. Actually, we are sticking up for ourselves. We are helping us. We are doing this for us. Okay. And I know it's not easy because I think we always kind of look at this and think, oh, I can't be rude. I can't just cut someone. I can't just not talk to this person because we don't want to be like them. We don't want to be like them and just, ghost this person or go like silent treatment on this person because we know how much it hurts because it's been done to us like how many times. So we don't want to do this to another person because it hurts, doesn't it? When someone just disappears out of your life, it's really bad. And so, we don't want to do that. And so, but what we have to remember is if we don't do this for ourselves, if we don't stick up for ourselves and put these boundaries in place, they're going to do it to us. They hate it because for them, they really rely on our attention, on our focus, even us as people, even our confidence, our energy, our life force energy. They rely on this. They need this for their own very survival. They can't survive without us being there. So when you cut someone off, when you're going no contact, which is really important in your healing process because you need that time to be able to recover. You need your brain space. You need to be able to think. So when you go no contact, this really helps you. It's about being horrible to other people. It's about helping you. Because if you don't do this for yourself, no one's going to be out there to help you and do it for you. No one does this for you. This is where you've got to realize it's for you. You've got to take your power back, your energy. How are you going to survive when you're giving it out to everybody else and the narcissist stealing it from you? It's not like they've asked your permission. They just take. So you've got to be clever enough and smart enough to take it back for yourself. They're out there projecting all of this on you, gaslighting you, making you believe something that isn't true. They're trying to lower, your vibration, your frequency, trying to ruin your life. How many of us have been affected by this? There's so many of us out there where we've tried to get our life back together, yet their words stay in our mind. And this is what I'm saying. It's not true. It's their opinion. And you're going to listen to someone like that, like to their opinion? Granted, everyone has an opinion. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. But that's just it. It's their opinion. And you're going to listen to that person's opinion when they are toxic, they have lied to you. I mean, they've got no social etiquette. They've got no values. What, you're going to be listening to them? You're going to be worried about whether you ghost them, whether you go no contact, whether you do silent treatment on them. I mean, how many times have they done it to you? I'm not saying this is eye for an eye, but at the end of the day, you got to stick up for yourself. And yeah, sometimes you've got to be like this. Because let me tell you, these people deserve it. You think about it. You wouldn't have to do this if this person treated you properly. Would you? You wouldn't be doing this. You wouldn't have to put boundaries in place if this person respected you and treated you properly. But because they haven't, there has to be consequences. People can't just walk all over you. What are you going to be, a doormat for everybody? And that's the way you got to look at it. In life, it is like this. You're going to sink or you're going to swim. It's as simple. Because it is you, it's your life. Like, this is your life. It's not anybody else's. You haven't come on here to be an emotional slave to anybody. Have you? No. So this is where you've got to stick up for yourself and think, okay, so how do I do this? How do I move forward from this? Thank you, Midnight Blue. If you don't stick up for yourself, if you don't look after you, and you're constantly giving, yeah, because I understand you're an empathetic person. You're someone who cares about everybody, for sure. And, you know, being an empath is a dying breed, especially now in our society when we are taught to be very selfish and have no emotions. So when you are giving that to someone, because it's quite a rarity, people want it, people crave it. So you need to look after you. You need to think, what are you doing for you? That's right, Paige, one day at a time. So when someone like the narcissist is saying these things to you, because I know that their words probably stay in your mind and you're thinking, oh, you know, maybe it's right what they said. Remember what an opinion is. An opinion is made up of people's thoughts, life experiences. What kind of life experiences has the narcissist had? Sorry. What kind of life experiences the narcissist had? Exactly. So their opinions are based on their life experiences. Why would someone need to gaslight you into submission? Why would someone need to lie to your face? Why would someone want to make you sad, make you cry? Sorry. Why would someone do that? Because they want to put you down. They want to diminish your light. You see, they see something in you that you're not seeing in yourself. And until you do, you're not going to protect that. You're not going to be able to level up because you don't believe in yourself. This is why the connection to self is very, very important. Sorry, I have got a tickly throat. This is why it's really important for you to understand your worth, to understand actually who you are and why this predatory person has come into your life and wanted to take so much from you. Ari says they are like a drug you get addicted into your brain. We have a trauma bond also. Yeah. But why have you got this trauma bond, my friends? Why does this trauma bond keep coming up all the time? Why are we experiencing this trauma bond? It's a traumatic bond to somebody. You're trauma bonded to someone because of the despicable, unbelievable things that they have done to you. Another word for it is Stockholm syndrome, where you feel connected, where you feel empathy for your abuser. Abuse, trauma bond, traumatically bonded by abuse. And I want you guys to listen to the severity of these words. Not once have I mentioned in all of this anything is not positive. There's no love in this. And that's what you've got to remember. This is where, you know, your perception has been changed, has been altered because of the lies, because of the gaslighting, time and time and time again. Someone who pretends to love you, cheats on you, tells you one thing, but then does another. I think someone before asked what's cognitive empathy. That's what it is. It's when somebody says something to you, that they say that they love you, they say that they feel emotions for you, but they don't. They don't feel any of that. They tell you what you want to hear because they want to initiate an emotional response from you in order to be able to trick you. Yes, it is sick. It is disgusting that somebody would want to do that. You see, we are quite resilient as human beings. We're strong, but we're not that strong. Over time, this trauma, this abuse affects us, and it does affect us. So this is where now it has got too much, and we're at that stage now where actually, you know what, we need to be able to heal ourselves. We need to be able to heal, you know, what is going on, understand what is going on. Remember, knowledge is power, my friends. Educate yourselves. If you're not knowing what certain things are, go and look it up, learn about these things, because this is going to help you to move forward. It's important for you to stick up for yourselves, protect yourselves. You know, these people were sent into your life for a reason. You've got to see the reason. You've got to see why they were here. They were here for you to actually learn about you, level up. This is about you. Coming home to yourself. It's important for you to know how strong and amazing each and every one of you are. These people are predatory in nature. They come in to take something from you. And the reason why they've come in to take something from you is because you have something to give. And this is what you have to recognize, is that you do have a lot to give. Your energy, your kindness, your compassion, that doesn't come for free. And people like that, well, you don't find them every day. So these are your assets. These are your things that you have to remember. This is what you have got. And you have to protect that. That's the wonderful part of you that you need to protect. Ari says, is there any other way than to go no contact to fix this? Guys, help me out here. What do you guys think? I'm gonna put this out there to you guys. Do you think that there is another way that could be more effective than going no contact? Aria, I know that this is probably really difficult for you, and you're probably thinking, do I really need to go no contact with this person? Like, it is hard enough already, and I really don't want to go no contact with this person. But the thing is, these people are not going to recover from what they have. Yes, P48, yeah, it's a no. The no contact is more about your protection rather than this person. You're right, my friends. No contact is the only way. You're not going to be able to teach someone. Yes. You do. I think you do have to really move on, and you can't fix others. Yes. It's a really good point, Loki. It's like, it's not your responsibility to fix someone. And you're right, P48, they don't change. It is not your responsibility to be fixing anyone and to be trying to point out or to be their mother or their father or their parent. Why do you have to do it? Why are you taking responsibility? So really about no contact, it's about you getting your own power back and actually sticking up for yourself and, you know, moving forward in this to help you. Actually, that's what this is. It's about getting your own power back, because they take so much. They steal it from you. Ultimately, these people are stealing it from you. And you do become powerless, because then you think, like, someone's taking your energy. You're like, I don't feel strong enough to actually give to myself. So, you know what, my friend, I know this is probably not the answer that you wanted to hear, but no contact really has to be the way forward. And this is what I'm saying. Like, when you go no contact, what is it that you're actually going to miss from this person? The way that they put you down, the way that they said everything is your fault, the way that they lied to your face, the way that they made you feel worthless, the way that they blamed you, the way that they said that you need to change. They said also that you're the problem. Yes, you are the problem. They make you feel this small, and you have to fix yourself. What is it that you're actually going to miss if you go no contact with this person? Because what you are experiencing when you're in a trauma bond is an addiction. It's an addiction to the highs and the lows. And this comes from intermittent reinforcement. Only in toxic relationships do you feel like that. Do you feel like you have an attachment to this person, like you feel this traumatic bond to this person? Only in toxic relationships, because this person makes you feel so good, makes you feel amazing, and then they drop you like you are nothing. And so there's never any like stability of mood. It's always up and down, up and down. You've got to try and make them feel better. You've got to try and make, make their life happy, try and make them happy all the time, every day. And you're like, oh, this is so draining. Like, why can't you just be happy? Why can't it just be okay? Always got to put me down. Always got to do this. Is this what you're going to be missing? Because honestly, no contact. And even think about this live, what we have talked about, like cognitive empathy, someone pretending to love you, really someone pretending that they've got emotions for you. Well, why do you think these people do this? Why do you think that they do this? You're welcome, Ari. I am so glad. I am so glad. It's a game. It's a mind game. They are playing with you. They are playing with you because they don't want you to go no contact on them, because they still need your energy. They still need that validation. They still need you to tell them how wonderful they are, how sorry you are, how you need to be able to fix their life. This is what they want from you. It's not love. This cannot be love. Someone to make you feel like this, like you are nothing, this cannot be love. When you love someone, you know what it is, my friends. You know yourselves, you know what unconditional love is for someone. You have that unconditional positive regard for someone. You want to see that person do good. You want to help them. You don't want any harm to come to them. You want to make their life happy. Do they do that for you? Have they ever once, for one day, ever done this for you? So what are you guys actually missing? You know, when you don't want to go no contact. Let's turn this around and think about yourself for a second here, okay? It is a power play, you're right. And it's also a mind game. You're going to play in these games. You got time to play games with this person, because that's really what it is. All the time, every day. The longer that this person is in your life, okay, they're just going to take, all right? They're just going to take from you. How much you got to give? How much energy and all of this have you got to give? Do you know what? This is just taking time away from your life, time away from your well-being. And until you realize your own worth, then none of this is going to make sense, because you're still going to want something from this person. What is it that you want from this person? Have they treated you good? They made you feel happy? Are you happy right now? Having this person in your life, are you happy? They give you any value to your life? That's right, Loki. No contact is freedom. You've got to, you know what? Ultimately, when you go no contact, you choose yourself, because when you still have this person around you, you're still given that energy. Yeah. Even when you are thinking of them. But I know I've said this before, like, you know, when you're still energetically connected to someone and someone just pops in your mind, that means that they are thinking of you. And then you reciprocate it, because then you start thinking of them. This is how it works. When someone pops into your mind, they are thinking of you, and then you start thinking of them. And this is how it works. You're still giving the narcissist your energy. When you go no contact, it's almost as though you got to think that this person is dead. They don't exist anymore. That's how it works. It's an illusion. It's an illusion that you need this person in your life. You don't. You don't need it. You just need yourself. You need to remember the power of you, your own power, and who you are. Because these people take. They are called narcissists for a reason. They are called toxic people for a reason. And what they are doing is they're just blinding you from seeing the truth. You're the truth of you. Sarah Bell, I love that. You're right. You have to abandon them like they abandon you. Yeah, because you deserve you. You're absolutely right, Loki. Give your time, money, energy, and emotions to yourself. Do a 360. Do this for yourself. Because it doesn't mean you don't have to stay stuck in this. This is a perception of the mind. You don't have to stay stuck. You can move forward from this. There's many people here who have. And they will say to you how important it is that you start thinking about you. Really, if you think about it, the reason why these people were in your life is so that you come to the realization of how important you are. You weren't giving yourself what you should have been. And there's no judgment. It's not that this is a judgment. You need to start giving to you. You need to see your own beauty, your own value. You need to see you need to rediscover yourself. This is why connection to self is so important. Each and every one of you have intuition that you really need to reconnect with and really understand that actually this is you. This is who you are. This wonderful person, this wonderful being who has so many gifts, who have this wonderful light in this world. But if you're staying stuck, playing low in these mind games, all you're doing is bringing that, because whatever you are stuck in, whatever is your reality, you're bringing more of that. You're recreating more of it. If you're in a happy state, you've got good people around you, there's going to be more of that comes to you, and you're going to stay in a good, positive place for longer. But if you've got these people around you, then you're just going to stay in toxicity. And you know, when you stay in toxicity, isn't that poison? And doesn't poison kill you? So either you got to choose poison or your life. And that's really what it is. This is, do you want to live? Do you want to live your life? The life that you came here to experience? Or do you want to give it away? Michelle, I know what you mean, that it makes it impossible to trust anyone. But this is what I said before, is that you need to connect to yourself. And then you start trusting yourself. And then you trust yourself to never make that mistake again. Again, it all comes back to you. You are the most important. That is what is important, okay? And one thing that we have to remember, you need to pick yourself. You need to say yes to yourself. That's right. If you're going to surround yourself in the low vibration, always in this scarcity mindset that you don't have, you can't have this, that's also a perception. When you have this narcissist and they're telling you certain things, that's also a perception. That's also someone's opinion. Remember, that is someone's opinion. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. So when you think small, you're going to have a small, lonely, not a very nice life. But remember, whatever it is that you think, you will manifest it, because you'll bring it into your reality. You make your life happen. And that is the thing. That's what this is about. That's why narcissists come into your life, to get you to realize that actually you can be anything you want to be. You can have anything you want in your life. I'll give you an example. You know, for example, I wanted to get to 100K. I really, really wanted to. And, you know, in that journey of me getting to the 100K, I don't know why, but this was an achievement for me. You know, and I really pursued it, really believed it. And I was like, no, I've got to get there. I nearly had my channel taken down twice off YouTube, and it wasn't easy, but you got to keep pushing forward. I'm not saying this because no, this is just something I've read out of a book. No, I've experienced this, and this is it. This is the key, my friends. This is how you do it. You have to go through this. You have to believe in yourself. As if you don't believe in you, who's gonna believe in you? It's no one's responsibility to believe in you, but yours. This is your life. This is you. So when you start to elevate, when you start to level up, your energy level, your vibration levels up. And when you're vibrating on a different level, different things are going to be coming into your life. But there's certain things that you've got to do. You've got to get your mindset right. And in that, you've got to live your life a certain way. Are you eating the right foods? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you getting enough exercise? Is your body healthy? Is your mind healthy? Because without that formula, you're not going to be able to attract, you're not going to be able to level up your life and get to that next point. If you're staying low, engaging in poison, and you've got this poisonous people around you, how are you going to get well? You're just going to be drinking that poison. Believe me, it is easier to stay low. It is easier to have narcissistic. You just be submissive. It's easier because then you don't have to put the work in. You stay stuck. You stay playing low, small rather. You stay playing small. It's easier. It's more comfortable. But when you are in comfort, how do you grow? You just become complacent because it's easy being comfortable, right? But you got to grow. And in order to grow, you got to get uncomfortable. Getting over this trauma bond is possible, but you got to put the work in. It's not going to just go overnight. It's not going to go overnight. You've got to put the work in. These people come into your life to shake them up. These are karmic relationships. They're not meant to last, and they will not last. They cannot last at this in this way. This is not love. This person does not love you. You don't deserve this. You need to give back to you. All that energy, that kindness, you got to take that back. And that is what is important. You will see that your whole life will change. Your finances will change. The way you think about things. These people come into your life. You will never be the same person that you were when you first met this person. You will never look at life the same way. And that is a good thing because you learn, you level up, you see things differently. And that's what it's about. Don't stay comfortable. Aren't you worth it? Don't you deserve this? You do, because you are important. And I see you and I value you. And the thing is, you've come here tonight. Well, for some of you, it's the day. And you've come here and you know what? You've taken time out of your day to be here and to listen to this. So this is one step forward. For those of you, if you're taking that first step, this is amazing. And for those of you that have been here a few times, this is also amazing because you know what? You are working on yourself. I really hope that these insights really inspire you to make that change that you really need to. Because I tell you something, your life can change, but it starts here and here. The two are connected. They're not separate. Your brain, your mind is not separate from your body, your heart, or your spirit, or your soul. It's all connected. This is part of that life experience, okay, that you need to connect. It's connection. You start trusting yourself, you will never have, I can't say you never have problems, but you won't have problems in terms of being able to go forward with confidence in your life. You will notice how things change. Everything will change. Start believing in yourselves. You have a wealth of knowledge. You have higher knowledge. You have intuition. Tap into that. Connect to yourselves. That is how you get better. Yes. So there we go, my friends. There we go. You can't, you're right, Stephen, you cannot pour from an empty cup. And actually talking of my fennel tea, it is literally nearly over. Oh, you're welcome, Paige. You are very, very welcome. Oh, Oxford, yes. When you do the work, when you realize things, I've gone through a dark night of the soul, so I understand you have these awakenings, and I've had a few, and I do realize things in a different level, and I'm not afraid to admit it. It is hard, and it hurts, and you cry, and you cry some more. And then you remember, through pain we grow. Like I said, if we're going to stay comfortable, we're going to stay comfortable and nothing changes. Go on, Michelle, do it. Block it. I dare you. Go on. You'll feel so much better. Do you know what? If it doesn't work for you and you feel triggered, you can unblock it at the end of the day. But just give yourself some time. That's all it is. When you block numbers, you just give yourself some time. So yes, just want to mention the Discord server. If you guys have enjoyed, connecting with people who have like-minded individuals, people who have been through certain things, the same ones that you have, I'd say, come on over, join the Discord server. Yang is over there. He's literally over there more than I am. I don't really go on there, but it's Yang who is leading on this. And if you wanted to talk with Yang and get some inspirational content on how you also can level up your life, I would say come on over to the Discord server. Yang, please put the link on there. I will also provide the link as well in the description box as well. Thanks, Yang. So if you wanted to speak to Yang, he will be on there. He also has some inspirational content and motivational talks. And someone, you know what, if you just wanted someone just to chat to, because I've got the waiting lists and everything, I'd say come on over, go over, and Yang will be able to provide you with support and some coaching. So do check that out. He is a great guy and he is funny. And if you wanted just someone just to chat with and connect with, I'd say go and do that. And also I will be back next week with some more content. Sorry, I was going to say more videos, but it's not. It's alive. It's alive. So yes, I just wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you for being here. I really, really do appreciate your time. You guys have got this, okay? Just choose yourselves. Think of yourselves first. That's ultimately what I kind of want you guys to remember in these lives. And I really hope that this has helped you. This is not an easy subject. And I know for some of you, this may have been triggering. This might have been hard for you to kind of understand. You're welcome, Yang. It's not a problem. Thank you for actually helping me, because otherwise we wouldn't be having these lives. Honestly, thank you so much to all of you. I know that it's a tough subject, and I know the things that you guys have been through it's been really, really hard. But you know what? You will get through this, and it's going to be okay. Okay. So guys, thank you for being here, and I will be back with a new video tomorrow. And I will be back next Tuesday with another live. Do check the community tab, because I just basically post everything on there. So much love to all of you. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next week.